Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to FSL Elite. We have the game of the century. No, the game of Indonesia versus
Singapore and
Singapore
Malaysia.
right now.
Yeah.
I'm Eduardo. He's
You forgot my name, man.
KBC. I'm actually KBC substitute, so I kind of forgot his name.
And I'm
Now
Kasaya
he's KBC
substitute.
Sensei. We are here for the game. In all seriousness, right now it's gonna be Indonesian versus Singaporean affair. KBC, walk us through the draft.
Welcome to the draft, ladies and gentlemen. We're
team
gonna go
is
into the game 1 draft of SIF Queens going up against Team Grumpy. So I seen that Team Grumpy, they were down 2-0 early on. They lost their matchup against Team Brand, victorious if I'm not mistaken.
They had to play again against one of the Titans that just won 2 games.
Your team is
They got
banned.
3 points for themselves right here.
Yeah.
SFI Indonesia bans out the Lunox, takes out the Harry. It looks like mage bans coming out from this game.
I like how they want to remove the mages first, especially those mages that can create that level 4 gameplay impact.
That's
I
right.
mean, again, if you hit level 4, you don't even need level 4 sometimes. You just make sure you have the 2 skills, you can go in, gang the heroes early on for that below 2-minute kill at the very least. For the first blood.
That's right. All those executions
Your
are
team is
important,
banned.
but what's more important right here is the draft pick. Bans out the Minotaur, doesn't want that area effect knockup from SFI Indonesia, doesn't like that, and we do know, we've seen Grumpy does like to pick a lot of Minotaur for
Correct.
their composition, so taking that out could be very useful for them.
Yep.
And now
Again,
let's check out.
Let's see. Who do you think is going to get banned out?
I think Grok, maybe, or the Kimi, but we do see a lot of Kimi being picked up despite the nerfs from the recent patches. There you go, Kaja being banned out.
Your team
Might be
is
the
picking.
Grok coming out from SFI Indonesia if they want to pick their tanks first,
Yep.
or they might go for another strong mage like Guinevere.
Esmeralda.
Grok.
Yep, there you go, the Grok being
Your
picked up
team
from
is
SFI. A really good pick, for really good and standard pick. And let's check out how Grumpy will respond with the draft.
So SFI is going to go out with the Grok first. They're going to let Esmeralda out of the draft. And it looks like Team Grumpy, they can choose how much poison they can want to take
It
and
can
at
be,
least to give
it
back.
can be Kufra and
Yep.
Esmeralda. It can be Kufra combo with Guinevere that
Correct.
will work as well. So let's check out what they want to pick for themselves, because mid picks are really limited right now. Or maybe they could go for the Goofy.
Kufra.
Kufra is
gonna
definitely
be?
a setup here.
Wait,
Aurora.
what is this?
Alongside
Your
with
team is
Aurora.
picking.
Interesting. Is this going to be a real draft, Ido?
I'm not sure whether that was a older pick because it ran down to 0. And Cloud being picked up. Cloud could have been taken by Grumpy actually. Ooh, Esmeralda and Cloud really hurts right there with the
Team is
draft.
picking.
Man, oh man, is this painful for Grumpy if that Aurora pick is real.
You know, if I'm SFI's manager or coach, I'll be laughing all the way.
Yeah,
My
this,
draft,
this is kind of,
all-star draft.
this looks like really painful for Grumpy, but that Aurora pick could be, maybe maybe Holly has 1,000 games on Aurora,
Maybe.
80% win rate, maybe
Yep.
we wouldn't know. Carry being taken, and they might be going, they might not get Cloud. Why Carry though? But we do check out the old stats that we had before.
Carry.
A lot of
Your
carries being
team
picked up,
is
but
banned.
you do have that Cloud priority, but they do choose Carry either way.
If you're talking about Cloud is actually taken already by
Your
SFI,
team
Oh,
is
if
oh
I'm
banned.
not
my
mistaken. Yeah, so
oh my
they had to
god.
go with the carry to kind of counterbalance this.
Why
crowd.
am I even here?
No worries,
yeah.
Ido. You're really focusing on, because we
Yeah,
were
really
also focused
Yeah,
onto the Aurora pick.
I'm
That's the thing.
I'm from the MYSG region, man. So I'm just gonna focus on Grumpy. Nah, just kidding. Anyways, Guinevere being banned out, Akai being banned out right there. They did take out another important tank from SFI, so they
Correct.
ban out that Akai. Maybe they're gonna pick up another strong tank for themselves because they have Aurora side lane along with the carry. Kofra possibly going to mid, so they're gonna pick up a Thomas. Interesting.
I like this because they need that off-lane damage. Thomas can solo off-lane if he wants
Your
to.
team
He needs to
is
hit the
picking.
levels first before, you know, going in with the full solo. But it looks like SFI gonna go
Your
choose
team
in their
is
Chow.
picking.
And of course, Leomord Chow is definitely going to be a tank support
That's
character.
right, and really decisive pick coming from SFI. No, not a lot of thinking. I mean, they've thought this through, and
Correct.
they just instantly locked in and look at the composition they have now. They have Grok, Cloud, Esmeralda in the mid lane, Leomon off lane, or Chow, and Chow possibly going for that tank or roaming
Yep.
ganking Chow. that they're gonna have right now. In terms of Grumpy, you know, my personal opinion would be the draft pick is a little bit off. They have the Aurora. It could be situational,
Yeah.
and it's like a wild card pick right
Franco.
there. But they're going for Franco right now. Maybe this is this invalid
Maybe it's something.
draft? Not sure. Or is this official? I'm still. But there's no official
yeah,
word
there's no
that
official
is
word, yeah.
not invalid.
Yep.
So this is gonna be their draft. They have their carry. They have Tamus, Aurora, Franco, and that Kufra for Team Grumpy. And for the side of SFI, we have Grok, Cloud, Esmeralda, Leomon, and that Chow.
I think it's gonna be like, you know, one of the teams, or you know, at least for Grumpy, they want to try something different. They want
Yeah.
to try less meta style ish of lineup, and they wanting to get that upper advantage,
That's
because
true.
everybody is running meta heroes right now.
Mhm.
Either I think you yourself already
Yeah.
like say, okay, I know which heroes are going to
Yeah.
be selected. So maybe for the Malaysia and Singapore side, they just want to feel, you know what, maybe can catch them off their feet if
Mhm.
we were to use these heroes.
Yeah, maybe that can work against this kind of
Welcome
composition.
to
And we
Mobile
have
Legends.
SFI Indonesia versus Grumpy
5
from
seconds
Singapore.
till the enemy reaches the
Game
battlefield.
1. Who is gonna get
Smash
more
them.
points on them? Is Grumpy gonna get
All
their first
troops
point
deployed.
right here, or SFI will continue their dominance in this group stage?
Best of luck for both teams. We get Pixie onto the Grok, Caramel onto the Cloud, SY onto the Esmeralda, and Lele with the Leo mod, alongside with Chow onto the Lamia side for SFI Queen.
A lot of rotations coming out from Grumpy. They are dominating the jungle right here. They want to get that buff, and we do see Franco trying to disrupt Grok and Esmeralda's buff right there. Could be wasting time because you're losing the XP for Harley right here, trying to camp it. Just misses. What? That was a missed opportunity right there from Harley. Loses out the XP. Did not get the disruption on SFI, and now I think Grumpy is just a little bit off-putting in terms of their starting right here.
I think it's a little bit rusty onto their play. I mean, they had a long game early on with
That's true.
Brad.
That's
So, you know, the mental-wise, they're going to be a little bit much more rustier. But they have to be focused right now because they need to get the 2 wins. Meanwhile, Pixie and Harley just playing alongside here. They're going to get the River Crab, so that's a win for SFI any day, any time. It looks like they want to try to find a fight.
Gets the
and it
sprint
might
away. Gets the sprint away on that Aurora, so she does not have that spell for herself. Level 4 coming through for that carry. She's ready to fight. She does have the ultimate. Level 3 on that Kufra, not much coming in, just have the ball for, for himself. But trying to rotate. A little bit of defense coming out from SFI. Standard rotations all around. Cloud just happily farming down the map with that Chow. Just not much aggression, but they're trying to camp themselves up. Grok almost getting caught right there. Esmeralda coming in between the carry right there. Carry did get the first block for himself. Cloud going on to that carry. Carry will be taken down by that Esmeralda. A lot of responsive rotation coming out from Grumpy, but they can't find anything right here. The fight is already over, ladies.
It's going to be a 1-to-1 trade for both teams. SFI, they're still keeping on their discipline and their responsibility to rotate well and get those pickoffs. Meanwhile, Lele has to be very careful because there are 2 heroes over there, despite having level 4 onto the Leo mod. SFI just slicing downwards to the turtle. Looks like there will be a fight coming in here, a contest for that.
Who's gonna get the turtle right there? Turtle will be slain by the Esmeralda. Nice knockup, nice wild charge coming out from that Grok. A good knockback from that Chow. Double kill goes through for that Esmeralda. SFI Indonesia doing the deed, gets the turtle, gets the team fight. No hooks going through for Harley yet again.
I'm pretty curious to see how Team Grumpy is going to work out with this Franco, especially with the Aurora combo wombo. But again, these 2 heroes, despite not being in the meta, they deal a lot of damage if the connection works.
That's true.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't felt that chemistry that these two are going to go
That's
in.
true. I would say it's mechanically challenging to play Franco, so maybe Holly's a little bit, Holly, the player of Franco right here, is a little bit nervous right here, just as I am nervous to cast this tournament right here. 3-1, however, for SFI Indonesia does have, another hook miss right there, but they're going for the money crab, and looks like Carry might be the one that takes it. Sprints away on the top side of the map. Leomot, 3-man in the bush, trying to get that Aurora, but she's hiding in the bush as well. But she can't really do anything. She's focusing on the turret. But meanwhile, 3-man on the bottom side, just trying to freeze them up. But will that be stopping them? yeah, looks like it works.
It works indeed. Both teams right there, they are going to at least try to take down the turret, but it will be a win for SFI. FSI taking down the turret to at least slither health at the top lane. And now Grumpy, they're just trying their very best to push or penetrate into the behind enemy lines, but they couldn't find a push. It looks like Pixie using the power of nature will not land anyone there, and it will be stalemate at this moment. That's all, Fox.
That's true. A good defensive rotation from SFI Indonesia. Grumpy could have pushed the bottom lane if no one was there, but they just show their face and clear the wave and rotates back to the mid lane. And they're going for the turtle. So it's a pretty accurate rotation right here, reading the mind of the enemy. Grumpy is just trying to react. They tried to make the aggressive play. They tried to be on the driver's seat, but it looks like Esmeralda tries to go in, gets stunned right there. Aurora uses the freeze, but will there be any follow-up coming in from Grumpy? And the shutdown goes through for that carry. A lockdown on that Grog. It looks like Pixie will be going down. A double kill for the marksman of the Singaporean squad right here. And they will be trying to push that mid lane or possibly get the turtle for themselves. Leomont just not a care in the world, just trying to shove the top lane creeps into Singapore's tower.
Great
right
move
now.
coming in from Singapore and Malaysia's side. Team Grumpy, they're finding those picks, and one more time, it looks like they're going to pop down that Leomont. Leomont is a little bit of a trouble situation here, but he will manage to go out with the turtle into the hands of Grumpy. 6 minutes, almost 6 minutes, turtle being taken by the Singaporean squad right here, making decent dent on Indonesia's what's that called, objective right here. And there you go, a knock up coming up from that wild charge from that Grok. Leomont comes in, the follow up is pretty good right there. Might he get a good kick, and it looks like Leomont will be focusing down that Kufra, but he gets away because Aurora just walks by with the freeze. Pretty good burst right there, but nobody goes down in this fight right here. Very close engagements coming in from both sides of the team. Meanwhile, Caramel 1-on-1 with Joyce.
Nice, tries to get away. Joyce gets away really safely. We do know that Thanos is really tanky right there, but Cloud does get the tower for himself. 15k to 14k advantage. Pretty close on both teams. The kills are pretty close as well, but you do have one tower deficit on Grumpy's side. 6 minutes 30 seconds in. We're waiting for the turtle to spawn, and they're just currently rotating around the map, trying to catch each other off so they could get more objectives for themselves. We do see a item spike right there from Aurora. Does have the lightning truncheon for herself. A lot of damage coming out from Grumpy. We're trying to catch out the SFI squad.
Just be very careful though. Pixie on the with the power of nature. Pixie's gonna get a kill over here, and now he's gonna be fighting up here.
And we see a lockdown from that Aurora does not work. That Grok took on the whole team of Grumpy. They had to walk away from there, and now they're trying to shove that bot lane to get the turret as fast as possible. We do see Thomas just clearing the top side, and what SFI is doing right here, they want to take the turret. After they take the turret, they're focusing on the Kufra. Chow did get that kick, but it will not work. Kufra has to get away, but he can't. And there you go, going for the bottom turret, then going for the turtle for themselves. Just a lot of objective over objective over objective yet again, being taken by these really, really strong ladies from Indonesia, SFI.
I really like and admire the spirit of Team Grumpy. They are really countering, attacking this team of SFI Queens. Unfortunately, Queens, every time you bite us one time, we will bite you twice. And maybe, just maybe, even though Grumpy wants to come back into the game, SFI had the game in their hands already.
That's true, and that's why the name really fits them. They are the queens of the game. As of now, they are in the driver's seat. 5-3, 8 minutes in, 21,000 to 19,000. Does have more. The turrets are still 3-2. Also one deficit from Grumpy. And Engage tried to connect with an Engage right there, Grumpy, but did not find anything. Rotation towards the bot lane. Chow and Cloud tries to clear the wave really quickly. Chow just guarding the Cloud right there, but no rotations being made from Grumpy just yet. Almost 9 minutes in. Kufra is trying to defend the mid lane, while Cloud and Chow takes the buff. And now an engage go through. Kufra will go down from this. There's no way of getting out of that. 4-man, coming down on that. Ooh, The hook does not connect yet again. Really unfortunate for Franco in this game. Aurora does have the freeze, but runs away with the sprint. Pixie just making such a huge impact. That first pick Grok really paid off for the aggression of SFI.
I do agree with you, Ido. Pixie playing onto the Grok just makes so much plays for her team, especially when you see the Grok just hiding to bushes, just being on the right time. Even though he's soloing or she's soloing by herself, she's able to get her teammates like, hey, you can split push, let me die, or I sacrifice myself, or you guys can rotate to me and we can take this fight, because SFI is just winning in both of these ways.
They are just dominating and making Grumpy react to their gameplays at the moment, and it's almost the end game right now. It is almost 10 minutes in. We do see Lord being spawned on the bottom side of the map, which is why they're gathering on the bottom side. Grumpy will try their best to fend off this Lord aggression while Leomont just focusing on the top lane. Turret tries to get away. Kufra right there. The pick of the Kufra did not went as well as Grumpy wanted it to be.
Yep.
And the wombo combo that they're trying to plan did not connect as much as they wanted to connect, because they're being zoned out by that big pile of rock. That Grok right there, just standing around with that immune beside the wall, just works. And now we do see Cloud trying to take out the Lord alone. He does have the
the fight.
still. Ooh, the fight goes through right there. Cloud tries to go in. Look at the damage from that Cloud. Oh my god. 2 man goes down already. Esmeralda follows up and the double kill goes through from that Grok. 10-3, and they will go for the Lord instead of pushing, because there's no creeps right now.
I love this play coming from SFI. You know what they did? They sent Cloud to solo the Lord, which he can, no doubt. But they were waiting in the bushes. The rest of the members were waiting for the bush, and then Team Grumpy came in. They said that, hey, you know what? We should challenge this Cloud for the Lord, and they did. However, the bushes comes in with the ambush attack, and now you can see that Grumpy, not 1, not 2, not 3, but at least 4 members were dead during that process.
That is right. They were not ready for that blazing duet. It went through and it connected to 3 players at the same time, going down really quickly. And after taking the Lord, they will be going for the target for themselves. Lord has been spawned, and it will be marching down the bot lane. This means what? This means SFI will be pushing down the mid and top turret. So when the Lord hits on the bottom side of the map, they will have 3 waves knocking down on the base of Grumpy.
I mean, Grumpy right now, they are just so cornered into their own base. They only left the inhibitor turret and that second tier turret on the top side. It will be getting destroyed as well, because again, they can't do much. They are being zoned out into their own base. Team SFI has taken control once again, 80% of the map.
There you go. Lord marches in on the bottom side. Leomont will be trying to split push on the top side. Another wave goes through the middle lane. Rock is just trying to zone it out. 12 charges away, but look at the shutdown going through from the carry. Carry tries to reposition. Gets a nice hook, gets a nice ultimate. And Kufra, good play. Cloud is down right here. Tamu's trying to join the team fight. Leomont uses the ultimate, but there you go. They try to disengage. The freeze is good from that Aurora, but will that mean anything? The base has been destroyed. Mid lane and bot lane is gone. The base is out on the open.
I mean, this is just stalling time. This is just avoiding the inevitable. SFI, they can sacrifice how many members they want, because they know that they're going to go in for the end game. Like you said, Ido, the end game is near, it's real, and Team Grumpy couldn't do anything to stop this massacre besides just stopping 2 members aboard.
That's right, and now Carry in the late game is really strong, because she can just single-handedly take down that Grok. But I would say that Grok played it really well. She just went in, and you know, she has armor items. She just took one for the team in order to get 2 turrets for themselves. Maybe somebody would say like, oh, this is over aggression, but I think that was a really calculated play to get the 2 turrets for themselves.
Wings of the Apocalypse of Queen. Hell be taken down by that, what do you call this, the Franco onto the hand. And it seems that SFI, they are just toying around, just throwing into jungles, just waiting through lanes. They're going to try to play for that next slot to come in.
That's
but for
right.
Team Grumpy, they have to defend the remaining turrets. In fact, they had to remain in their base to defend their Nexus base.
That's true. I would say Grumpy has a chance to win right here, but they have to clear off the creeps really quickly. A lot of damage coming out from that Cloud. Has to back away. Bistres has to get away really quickly. That was too much coming out from that Cloud. You know that he's really fat right now. 217, a lot of assists, a lot of goal in his pocket. 14 minutes in, they're just waiting for a lot. But you know what? A lot of damage yet again from that Cloud. The crowd control is good from SFI, and looks like Esmeralda is in for the money right here. Going for 4 players on Grumpy. They have to back away. They have to go back to the base. They have to heal up to defend this base. But you know what? Top tower is done, and nothing is in the base for Grumpy. 14 minutes in, they still try their best. Ooh, nice counter attack on that Chow. But look at that Cloud just hammering. You know what? He has to purify. The freeze doesn't even matter right now. Really smart gameplay. Smart and calculated gameplay from SFI.
SFI had this backup plan already. They had everything, the mastermind of this game, and they have determined it. Now Lord has respawned, and SFI can just send Cloud or anyone to just solo push this Lord, and then they will go in for the checkmate. Meanwhile, Grumpy, they had to force a team fight.
They have to either force a team fight, but the problem with that is they don't have enough items, they don't have enough gold. They have 10,000 deficit right there, 48,000 to 38,000. They either have to play this really carefully, you know, assassinate somebody and get out of the situation. You can't have a prolonged team fight against this team. They have the Esmeralda, they have the Cho, they have the Cloud. It's just so much damage and so much advantage from this Indonesian squad right here. They're only sending 2 people to take the Lord, and they are just guarding it against Grumpy, and it seems like they will be taking it without any contest.
Looks like Chow does spot out Franco over there, just hoping that he can catch him off guard. But again, the deed has been done. The Lord, Almighty Lord, will be into the hands of SFI and Grumpy. This is their biggest chance. I mean, the biggest chance they should have taken the team fight, or you know, at least try to force the team fight. Unfortunately, it's not enough. You can already see that both of their levels, level 15 onto the Tamas and carry, is not enough to deal with at least 3 members from SFI, which is level 15 in hand.
That's true, and we do see 16 minutes in, they're still being strangled in terms of the goal right here, but does it matter? After the 40,000 mark, Lord marches into the mid lane. They have to take a good fight right here. A good hook from that Franco will be very nice for that Singaporean squad right here. They have to make a play. They have to do it right now, or this will be the end. We do see Aurora does have the Winter Truncheon, but doesn't matter. We will see how it will be played out right here. A nice wall. Oh, misses the ultimate right there. Grog might be going down right here. Killing spree from that carry. Is this the comeback? Look at the Cloud going really crazy, but he is really low. Kufra gets taken out by that Chow. Look at the Lord hammering onto the Franco, onto the base. SFI Queens wins game 1 against Grumpy from Singapore.
I like how SFI just, you know, just ignore the team fight, just ignore the kills, just trying to distract as much as possible away from Grumpy, to take away from their minions, you know, distract them, let the Lord come in, have a good few swings onto the Nexus tower, and eventually it shatters into crumble.
That is true, and man, oh man, that Cloud, the MVP of the game. 13,000 gold, 44% turret damage, 38% hero damage, and it's just really sad on to see that the Franco not connecting the first buff, and maybe that went on to bother her throughout the game. So I feel like if they wanna, I feel like the draft was the issue, in my opinion. What do you think?
I feel like draft aside is an issue because we didn't see all these meta heroes coming and play and forward for Team Grumpy. But again, aside from draft, yes, they want to try something new. Good, go ahead, because anytime you try something new, you can, you know, catch the opponents off guard. But again, the execution part was a little bit sloppy for Team Grumpy. And like you did mention that one of the players, they had the role, they got the buff stolen. I think that's like a mental issue. Where
Mental,
kind
it
of
could be a
block,
mental breakdown, like
which
oh,
kind of snowballed downwards.
I
all
missed
the
the
way.
first one, I'm gonna miss the second one. But you know what? We are live right here on Facebook Gaming. We are also live on the other platform, Big O Live, Cube TV, Gamely, Nemo, and Streamcraft.
Yep.
We have giveaways on the stream as well on all these platforms, so do stay tuned. We're gonna go for a really short break, and while waiting for the players for another game, this is just game 1. We're gonna go for game 2. It's gonna be SFI Indonesia versus Grumpy from Singapore. Stay tuned, guys.
Down 3 games to none right now. Can Grumpy come back from that huge slump against SFI and take their first game? Welcome back to FSL Elite Mobile Legends. Bang bang. My name is KBC Sensei. Alongside with me is Ido in the house. And guys, all this is brought to you by, of course, our partners right here. Ido, will you do the kind honors because it's a huge long one.
Dreamcore, Overdrive, Yahoo Singapore, Super Solid, Elgato, and of course supported by E-Project from Moonton. Amazing gameplays coming out from these ladies right here from Indonesia, Singapore, Philippines, and
Myanmar.
Myanmar.
I forgot about that.
Out.
You always forget that.
And I'm KBC Junior.
You know that the prettiest girls over there, the prettiest players over there?
Everyone is pretty.
Oh, true also.
That's why we're here. That's why.
Ido, come on.
That's why we're here.
Oh
And we are also live on Facebook Gaming. You guys are watching on Facebook Gaming. Don't forget, we have Beagle Live, Cube TV, Gamely, Nemo TV, and Streamcraft. We are all live on all these platforms. We have giveaways in the stream, so stay tuned for that codes and stay tuned for that yummy freebies.
Skins everywhere.
Skins everywhere.
All right.
Don't look away.
Yeah, don't look away. So Ido, we already have the bands coming in already.
Harry being taken out. Guinevere, Kimi, looks like a core bands for the first 4 bands right here. Let's see what Pixie's gonna ban it out. She was playing that Grok right then. Will she take out the Grok? She doesn't understand that Grok is really strong, so maybe she's like, oh, you know, we can't give the first pick to Mistress. So Grumpy losing the first game, they might need to reinforce themselves. They need to gather themselves around so they are able to at least take a point off this Titans from SFI Queens. They are queens right here.
I like how they will ban out Minotaur this round, so it's going to open things up for SFI. Now SFI has to force Grumpy to choose. Do you want to take Grok? Do you want to take Esmeralda? Or do you want to take Lunox?
I don't feel like Grok is gonna be taken, but they might. I mean, Grumpy is known to have some wildcard picks, as I like to call it. But they might want to go standard this time around.
Yep.
In order to secure at least 1 point for themselves. They are down 3 games so far. Lunox is a pretty good pick for themselves. Lunox first pick can be really impactful for the early picks right here. So SFI, Queens have to think about what they have to pick for their majors.
I don't think they need to think anything. They just go Esmeralda and Grok instantly.
Esmeralda, Akai, Grok can be good as well. Take away that 2 tanks and the Kufra as well. Now we do have only like 1 Grok for Grumpy.
Wow.
But they're still thinking about that Akai. They might switch over to that Grok.
Kaya is also good as well. I mean, SFI right here, they are just trying out everything. They are just saying, hey, you know what? We win so many games. Let's just try to experiment heroes for the playoffs. Again, guys, for those who don't know, they are playing group stages. Best of 2, correct me if I'm wrong. If you win 2 games, you get 3 points. If you draw, you get 1 point. However, no teams are going back home yet because everybody is qualified to the playoffs.
Everybody gets game day 2.
Yes.
Does get the Grok and the Leon for themselves. So pretty good pickup. I would say pretty good pickup. What do you think?
I kind of like it as well. Again, S-tier heroes coming in for Team Grumpy. This time around, drafting seems a little bit more making of sense. Rather than no sense early on.
So
but
right now we see Lunox being picked up. No majors being picked up from SFI Indonesia just yet. The Queens doesn't have any majors, so they might need to ban out a strong mage, or they could ban Cloud or Carry. Gushin. Alright, Gushin being banned out. It's pretty good, but they do have Selena on the table as well. Selena is a really good long range stun. So let's see what SFI will ban out for themselves for the enemy. For Grumpy. Sorry, not enemy.
It's okay. I mean, it's the same. Right? It's the opposing team from here as well. I feel like they can ban out a marksman or
That can be great
a
as well.
strong tank support,
They can ban out carry and then pick Cloud for themselves. That could be a good strategy as well.
which they did.
Which
And they did again.
And they did.
Not bad.
So
Congratulations,
that's
your
really
prediction is very good.
And we, but they don't have any mages yet. So if they pick another mage, we
Mhm.
go for a double mage composition. That might be destructive for SFI Indonesia because they don't have any mages. So what they need to do for Grumpy is just to build armor all the way for the tanks. But they don't have a tank as well because most of the tanks have been taken. Kufra,
Yep.
but they have Akai. They have Akai. They have
Lolita, if you want to play a little bit of battering.
Katita.
Yeah,
Katita and that Diggy.
very interesting choice.
Okay, go for
Okay, this is
Akai.
much better. This is much better.
It's much better. Yeah,
Yeah.
Diggy is really good against the Kaja.
Mm.
Really good against crowd control.
Kufra.
Good against Kufra. Might want to go for the Whale, yeah. SFI Queens. Are they gonna pick a really interesting mage?
They are really testing out the waters, man. I mean,
They
Indonesia,
have a lot
this
of
is
options. They have
wow.
they have Cyclops. They have Harley. They have Selena. Selena can be good as well. They have the AOE coming out
Yeah.
from Cloud. Harley is a single target mage, so that's really an all-rounded pick coming out from SFI. So Grumpy on the other side, they have that Lunox, they have that Esmeralda, double mage composition, but they're slightly less tanky. They have only one Grok,
Yep.
but they do have the Diggy for the crowd control from Kaja, from the Kufra as well.
I don't know,
Predictions. Predictions. Who's gonna win?
I really want Grumpy to win.
Yeah, we want to take that one game off
Yes.
SFI,
And
right?
not only that, I mean, I feel like their drafting wise
Come on,
is
Singapore.
very standard, very, kind of like, this is what teams or professional teams were to go with to win the game.
Mhm.
And SFI, they're just testing waters. They're just saying, hey, you know what? Let's just pick this, and pick that. Let's try and see whether we can mold these characters properly. So this is like a huge advantage for Singapore and Malaysia, of course, to win this game. But anyways, I'm gonna go with Team Grumpy. How about you?
Team Grumpy, I will go for SFI Indonesia right here. Our bets are in, and we have the second game of SFI Queens Indonesia versus Grumpy from Singapore. Let's take the game away. Rotations coming in from both sides. 4-man onto the bottom side. Grok and Lunox just try to check out where the position is. Grok goes for the slap. 2-man getting the damage from the Grok, but tries to walk away. Look at the Kufra damage right there. This is why you pick Kufra for the early game advantage. Groks really have low HP right now, and it could damage their early game.
I
right
mean,
here.
Grok's Wind of Nature, the Power of Nature is actually pretty strong. It's just that I felt like there were 3 heroes in the mid lane. He was getting harassed pretty badly by the 3 heroes on Bistrus Grok. So overall, I feel like that was an early advancement onto the lane, getting the experience, a little bit of experience, drop for, of course, SFI because they got 3 heroes in that particular lane. But again, they are able to be back on track, and now they're going to try to take this River Crab. River Crab will be into the hands of SFI, again onto Harley. And like you said earlier on, SFI, they have not really the most standard meta lineup, but they have heroes that could work or be impactful.
I would say they still have a really good composition. They have Cloud, one of the best marksmen. They don't have best mage, but they have really strong off-lane carries and tanks to set those up. And Harley really can be really strong if the team really sets up a really good composition. And look at the knockout coming in from the Kufra. Harley has to sprint away from that 4-man effort to get that money crab for themselves. SFI really wants that goal advantage on their side, and they really got both for themselves.
Yes, they do get both River Crabs over here, and of course, while fortunate that the turtle will spawn around the area as well. Again, SFI, very disciplined,
That's
very responsible. They know what they need to do. They need to do quick rotations, get objectives. Again, they are an objective mindset person, people or team. But again, if they can get kills, so be it.
Everybody is level 4 above. They have their ultimate. A good Divine Judgment goes through. Lunox gets taken down. The first blood goes through. Oh, to SFI Indonesia. A double kill on that Kufra. Wow, and they go for the turtle. Really, all things going right for SFI.
And then you know the advantage, right? Like you said, hitting level 4. Once you hit level 4, what do? You gang.
You gang,
You
you get your
gang,
kills, you
correct.
get your objectives.
And you get your objectives, which is the turtle. This is basically deja vu of what SFI has been doing for the past match and the past series. And they're doing it so well.
That's true, and 2 minutes in, they already have 2 kills for themselves. They have 1 total, and they're looking to expand that advantage by taking down the turrets for themselves. Grumpy just trying. I always say they're a little bit grumpy around. They're really frustrated by these gameplays coming out from SFI. But you know what? I believe they are able to fight this back. They are able to turn the game around. But Divine Judgment goes through. Leomart will not survive if the Harley damage is too strong. Foreman gets
And they take the
the
river
crab as
Yes.
well, and they will go for the push, but only with 2 minions.
I mean, Ido, again, I said deja vu. This is what they did over and over again.
Clean
and
gameplay, clean execution, clean draft.
Yep, correct.
Just
And
really good.
you know, it's so hard for teams like, you know, Grumpy that to kind of estimate it. They know that this is going to happen in the one way, but they couldn't find a way to counter it. Is it because of bad rotations? I'm not sure. Is it because it's a late or lack of information into the map? Maybe, perhaps. But again, all credits give where credit is due. SFI is on a roll.
That's right, and they're taking the middle tower along with the top turret. There you go. Tries to get away with the wild chance on that Grok 3-0 right now. SFI Indonesia trying to rotate as fast as possible. 4-man on the top side.
Leomart.
Leomart might be in trouble right here. Divine Judgment connects, and there you go. Goodbye, Horsey, and you are going back to the base. 4 minutes in, going for second tier turret on the top side. SFI just playing all out aggressive, while Esmeralda on Grumpy trying to push really hard on the bottom side of the map, but you have Kufra just stopping her on the way.
I mean, Kufra, again, being one of the better tanks out there who can initiate and deal damage. I'm not really seeing Kufra to be more of a primary tank, but because of the setup they are making right now and the experimental selections that they're trying to do, it's really paying off for this moment. This Kufra is helping whatever it can, especially with those solo offlane heroes.
That's right, Turtle being taken by Kaja, right? And not the best to give the Turtle buff with, but could be useful as well because the Divine Judgment connects along with the true damage. Really strong for themselves. 5 minutes in, 4 kills, 3 turrets to 1. Grumpy in a very grumpy situation.
Very grumpy situation indeed, Ido. As now there's 90 seconds left down the clock for the next turtle. SFI took 2 already for their cover. It looks like Beast just is in trouble.
Goes through, the damage goes through. Grok still alive though. Look at that damage coming. It could be a reverse situation right here. Lunox gets the Harley along with the Blazing Duet from that cloud. Pixie might be in trouble and gets shut down by that Lunox Min. Playing a really mean Lunox, trying to turn this game around for Grumpy Singapore.
I think Grumpy Singapore is able to take that advantage away. The positioning of SFI was a little bit questionable. All the heroes were just scattered around after the kill, and it didn't work out into their favor. Comedy Reaper has been taken down by Esmeralda alongside with the Lightning Trishon or Trushan? Which one you like?
Lightning Truncheon.
Truncheon indeed, Ido. Will be taken onto Lunox to increase the firepower of these mages.
That's right. The Iron Spikes comes in after that good fight that came out from Grumpy just now. 6 minutes in. The game, although it's slightly on the SFI Indonesian side, but I would say it's pretty even. Grumpy is trying to make a comeback. A good knockup right there. Caramel tries to get away with that cloud. And oh no, that wall is really good. Pixie has to get away from that. But Tamos comes in, aims on the Lunox. That Digi ultimate will not save him just yet. Leomot tries to go in, but it should be a disengage right now for SFI Indonesia.
SFI Indonesia playing a little bit more cautious comparing to the previous series, that they're a little bit more over aggressive into their kills because hey, you know what, Turtle just respawn. They're gonna get this respawn, so they're gonna get that kill over to Turtle. That would be 3 turtles for them, extra turtle buff onto Harley, and you know, look, Leomot is just gonna run away for his life. He doesn't want to get back, but Divine Judgment here.
The Divine Judgment connects, and Harley gets another kill for himself. 8-3, 7 minutes in. Esmeralda has to get back from that bottom lane after shoving the creeps. Really, not much has been done in order to have a good team fight for themselves. They're struggling. trying to come back from this game. Just Tamus just wreaking havoc on the top side for SFI Queens. Man, oh man, what a game! But really, the clean execution, the discipline that is coming out from SFI here Queens is just really unpredictable. Unpredictable for Grumpy right here, and it's really so strong right here. Grok, ooh, Grok, no, that Harley ultimate just takes him out. Killing spree from that Harley. 8 minutes in, and that team fight is really, really good. And it's a 1-to-1 exchange. But you know what? That trade just expands the advantage a little bit more. And the team fight goes through. Pixie tries to go in, but he's stuck in the turret. Gets knocked back from that Diggy.
Looks like the knockback is real indeed. Now, you talk about the 1-to-1 trade. Yes, it's a 1-to-1 trade, and in fact, it's a 2-to-1 trade already. But then again, you can see that Team SFI took steal the jungle buff away from Grumpy, just denying their every execution right here as they want to try to take more. Unfortunately for them, it's going to be stopped here. As for salvation-wise, for Team Grumpy, they are able to take this buff down. Or will they? Will they or not?
Will they?
Will they?
There you go. The Harley really aggressive. Really aggressive gameplay. She's just going in without the backup of her teammates right here. Grok, oh no, a lot of damage being done by the Grok. Wild Charge won't save him from that. He will go down. Harley is really, really close to going down. He did break away. And Harley did finally go down to that Lunox. Double kill went through. Well, that was a really, really good comeback a little bit for Grumpy.
Grumpy was able to get the position over here, but there's another fight coming in.
And Blazing Duet goes through from that Cloud. Look at that damage coming out from that Blazing Duet, and they will get a free Lord for themselves right here. 11-7, almost 10 minutes in. Grok, Esmeralda on the top lane is on the wrong side of the map, trying to get that advantage for themselves. Diggy tries to stop them, but it will fail. There you go. Cloud, 2 hit, and you're gone.
And you're gone indeed. The Diggy has become an egg, ladies and gentlemen. With that kill, Team SFI are back into the driver's seat. Early on with, you know, careless deaths down below, but again, they managed to climb on board and they have Lord for themselves. So the top lane will be exposed by Team SFI onto Grumpy. Grumpy right now could no choice but to go back into the same situation, getting cooped up in their base, and unfortunately, will have to ride with the flow of SFI. They're bringing the Hurricane towards them.
That's right. Lord marching down on the top side. SFI will not push that lane because the longer you have the Lord on in the game, the longer you have the big creeps for yourself, the super minions.
Yes.
They will be marching down towards the Grumpy's base, and they are just focusing on trying to get bottom and the top turret, bottom and the mid turret, while Lord pushes on the top side. Whoop, gets away. Cloud, really sneaky move right there. 4-man in on the middle turret right here. Grok just can't really zone them out at this point because there's too much damage, and she can't really take that much for himself. Diggy ultimate is good. They might find something right here, and Grok just can't really tank this damage. Look at the Blazing Duet coming out from that Cloud. They are really forcing this on to Grumpy right here. They are struggling, and they are Grumpy. They are trying to fight this back, but SFI Queens just forcing out the base right here. Cloud doing a lot of damage on the base. And look at Thomas just focusing, and SFI Queen takes game 2 against Grumpy Singapore.
Yes, indeed. SFI with the great amount of minion wave help, they are able to storm into the base and get that Nexus Tower into their favor. MVP goes to Caramel. 4-6 assists, 0 deaths down below, and the rest of SFI are just playing beyond their wildest minds, trying out different heroes, but yet still working it out perfectly, flawlessly, and most importantly, a victory in their hands.
That's right. Again, they're undefeated at this point, and I gotta say that Cloud is really a value pick for them. They have been for the past 2 games, they have been picking Cloud for themselves, and both of the games Cloud got the MVP. Wow, that marksman really working out for themselves, banning out carry.